Hi guys, welcome back to Just Talking, where I talk at you sometimes listen. So today we're doing an icon review and a little bit of a background story of the ride, which is at Blackpool Pleasure Beach along the northwest coast of England. And if you do like this sort of content, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. And this is one of my better quality videos, so I hope you enjoy it, and if you do like it, give me a little bit of feedback. And let's get into what is Icon. So it's the UK's first double launch coaster, and it makes use of two LSM, which is a linear synchronous motor, launches. And linear synchronous motor works based on magnets, and it's a lot easier to maintain than other sorts of launches, which is why it's a more popular medium to launch a roller coaster, other than the typical sort of hydraulic or belt launches. So it opened on the 28th of May 2018, and it was announced in 2016 as a construction that would be actually built for 2018. So the intended construction date was actually met, and its name and catchphrase, Dare to Ride, would be announced in 2017. And it was made by the German manufacturer Mack Rides, who have most notably built Cobhead Strike at Carowinds Park in America, and also Manta in SeaWorld San Diego, which is similarly in America. And of course, Icon is themed after sort of a Japanese cherry blossom field that has been sort of invaded by this large coaster. The earth has been disrupted by the force of Icon, and it is actually quite a forceful roller coaster. And before we move on, I'd like to point out that the image seen here of the loop is by coasterforce.com, so thank you to them. And for the layout and review of that layout, the train rolls first of all into the launch area, which is seen here by the station, and the theme starts to climax, and the theme was made by the notable stranger. He similarly made the Big One theme for its 20th anniversary, and then the voice says Icon, and the train proceeds into the 50-mile-per-hour launch. And of course, this is a really iconic part of the ride, and I really do enjoy it because it does mean that you expect the launch, but I think it's better when you do that, because then you're all the more impressed by its force, because the lack of surprise is made up by the force of the launch, and I think it's a really great element to it. And the train then enters the 82-foot tall top hat, which as it descends goes underneath the chain lift for the Big One. They did actually have to remove parts of the structure for the Big One to actually fit this ride in it. And then it goes into the inclined loop, which does not invert. The inclined loop does actually pick up quite a lot of speed and force as it goes upwards. And of course, it is a really nice element because you don't see inclined loops on too many roller coasters nowadays. And the top hat, of course, makes you feel like you're flying, and it's a really intense moment, and you get a really nice bit of airtime. Some might consider it an airtime hill, but I suppose it's a top hat with a lot of air, and it is taller than quite a lot of top hats. And then you also enter a series of turns which goes underneath steeplechase, and then after that it enters an area which could be considered a downwards barrel roll, but I prefer to call it a 0G roll, because you really do hang out of your seat and it feels like you're going to fall off, but because the restraints are so comfortable, it's always going to be snug and you're never going to fall out, but it makes it feel that way because they do have a coaster design that does mean that it's quite airy and you can flow around the train, but still be securely placed in. And of course the restraints are very comfortable for this ride too. And then the train ducks underneath the original top hat into the second tunnel. Of course, both the tunnels do normally have a steam element, which they have been working a lot better than they used to do, because at one point some of the steam machines broke, but of course that does mean that you can't exactly see what's going to happen, and it enters the fastest launch, but it doesn't feel like it in my opinion, which is 53 miles per hour. And of course you can feel when this launch does kick in, because you go from being just like maybe 30-40 miles an hour to then ducking under in this massive boost of speed, and then it goes into the non-inverted junior Immelman loop. Normally an Immelman loop will actually have a small twist at the top, which means it is inverted, but since this is a junior one, it doesn't invert, and as you can see here, you go up, you twist around, and then down. And after that point, you go into a series of bank turns and also airtime hills, and your legs do fly out the side of the train, and it's a really fun element, and it isn't dizzying whatsoever, and it's really fun to be twisted around as if you're some sort of snake. And of course the image here of the station and all of the ride track was by No Limits Coaster fans, so thank you to them for providing this. For the merchandise review, here you can see part of the Icon shop, which is located by the entrance to the queue line. This image was by Theme Parks UK, so thank you to them. And a wide variety of hoodies are available at the shop for the regular sorts of prices at about £27 for adults and £24 for children. And it does feature either the embossed dagger logo or just the dagger logo itself or the cherry blossoms. I do actually have one of these hoodies and they are really good quality. I would definitely recommend, if you find a design that you like, to pick one up, because the cherry blossom one that I have, it's sort of a maroon red, and it does have the cherry blossoms and the Icon logo on the top sort of shoulder area, and it has a nice fleece inside of it, so it's not too hot and it's not too cold. It's a perfect sort of hoodie for all weathers, and it looks really nice with a lot of things, especially a white t-shirt and jeans. So they do have a wide variety of options for a variety of different styles. They do also have insulated water flasks, as you can see here. These are some of the stainless steel ones. And also some aluminium can style bottles. I believe they only have the white style with cherry blossoms on it at the minute, but I'm not too sure. I haven't really seen too many of them recently. And they do also have collectible ceramic mugs, because I know there are a lot of people who do like to collect these mugs, and they range from about £10 to £14.95, and they are really nice because they are sort of embossed and they have sort of 3D elements to them. There are also, I don't think I mentioned this later on in the text, there is also snow globes as well, which is themed based on the track. I'm not a big fan of some of the snow globes. I do really like the Valhalla one, but if you do like snow globes, then you can buy them, as well as the themed rock here, which I believe is orange and licorice. I'm not too sure. There is also here a backpack that can carry a small laptop or school book, so it is perfect for if you do want to wear this to school. Like, any age can wear this backpack. It's not too big and it's not too small, and it does also have adjustable straps, so that's perfect, and it is about £30-40 as well, and it is very good quality, and it does also feature the logo on the front. There is also key rings which feature the logo and title on them. They're about £2.95. And then you do also have the waterproof coats and wind cheaters. You can see one of them right here. It's just black with a nice logo on it. I can't exactly remember the company that actually made these. I'm not too sure it was Regatta or not. But they are really nice quality with a little bit of fleece on the inside to keep you warm as well. There are also beanies, which you can see here, and they are available in either black or grey. Those are the only two colours I've ever seen, but they are really nice. They're a nice fluffy material. All the merchandise at the Pleasure Beach is really high quality, so if you see something that you like, don't worry about wearing it a lot. It won't wear down, and it's a really nice fabric, so I wouldn't worry about it. Just get it, because it's a really great price for the absolute quality that it comes in. So I definitely recommend picking up a piece of merchandise from Icon. There is also a variety of stationery as well if you'd like to check that out. There are things like rubbers, or if you're from America, erasers. There's pencils, pens, notebooks, and there is also a new chopping board that's out, and that's £14.95. There is also an alternate version which features the Pleasure Beach skyline if you want to have a look at that online. And there are currently 2 Icon face mask designs available. One is black with the sticker logo on the side, and then there's another one which I believe is white with the same sticker on it. I have one that features a Pleasure Beach skyline on it, and these masks are really comfortable. They're not adjustable, so if they are a bit big for you, you might need to tie a knot in them, but they are really comfortable and breathable, and not to mention they're rewashable. And so far mine hasn't had any sort of scrapes on the designing of it. The sticker and the design that's on it has stayed on perfectly fine. So let's review the throughput or wait times for the ride. And this image here of the queue line is by Springy Tales on YouTube if you want to check them out. So the maximum number of trains that can be in operation is 3. So far I've only ever seen 2 be static in the station, so one is taking on riders and letting them get off, and then there's one waiting behind that, and then there is one that will be going around the track. I believe the maximum amount that's allowed on the track at one time is 2. Of course, that's the maximum amount the station can have, because it does use a transfer track system where the trains will be held in here, and then the trains come out of this bit here. And of course, as you come into the station, there will be an announcement to unbuckle your seatbelt because the restraints have one, and that basically just means that the throughput is a lot faster. So when the queue is by the entrance, which is a little temple gates here, the average wait time is about 30 minutes. I went and I was just about here when the queue started, and I got on the ride in about 25 minutes, but of course the average wait time is confirmed to be 30 minutes. Of course, if the queue does actually stretch out of its designated area, which comes down here by the Grand Prix ride and goes into station here, and then you queue up in there, of course, metal barriers will be placed outside on these sorts of days where they expect it to overflow its capacity. Then the wait time can be anywhere between 40 minutes and an hour, even 30 minutes depending on how fast things are going. But of course, it's very variable with the e-ticket system, because not everyone will be able to get the phone out as quick as other people. But I would recommend that if you are coming to the park, to print out your e-ticket and fold it up. It makes it a lot quicker. And if you do want, I will do a review on e-tickets and how to get them sorted and working properly. Then I'll definitely do that. But of course, the queue times are very bearable, and they are variable depending on how fast people can operate the e-ticket system. But they are really fast to get you harnessed in. The harnesses are very comfortable, I have to mention that again. And of course, as you are waiting, you can see people going around on the Grand Prix ride. And also you can watch people on the launch. Not to mention the theme is really well crafted, so it's always nice to listen to that as you're waiting. And the atmosphere is really great, and the suspense is incredible on this ride. So there's definitely no issue with the wait times being boring. And also, the ride hardly breaks down as they perform rollback tests in case that does happen. Of course, for those of you who do not know what a rollback is, it's when a launch coaster doesn't make it over the first element, or it rolls back into launch for whatever reason. I did a hotel room tour and review of the Boulevard Hotel, and I had a park view suite that overlooked the main bit of the park, and you could see them doing these rollback tests, where they'd purposely make sure that the launch wouldn't propel them fast enough to actually be able to get over the top hat element. And of course, I do have it there, so then if the train doesn't make it over the top hat, it'll roll back in safely, and then it can launch again and get over it. So there's no issue with it breaking down. There's hardly any issue with the LSM launch, because it is meant to last, it's meant to be durable. That's the whole point of them having that sort of launch. So there's no issue with it breaking down while you're in the queue, so you can definitely get committed to the queue line as well. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed this review and you had similar thoughts on it to me. I really like Icon, and it's nice and fast and thrilling, and I love the way that, it feels like you're floating and there's loads of airtime, and the way the trains are designed really makes, it a more intense experience, because you're not really sat on the train, you're sat above it. And I think it's a really beautiful coaster, and if you are visiting the park, do not refrain from going on it. Younger children can go on it if they are sort of thrill seekers, of course. I have seen children from the ages young as 7 going on this. I believe the minimum height restriction is 130 centimetres, and for the back row you have to be 150 centimetres, and that's just to accompany taller guests, or guests that might have, a larger weight than other people, and also because the back row is quite a bit more intense than the other areas. But yeah, I hope this gave you some more information on Icon. If you do have any recommendations for videos, you can put that in the comments below. I do also have a website now with some fast facts and also an article about dark rides, so if you'd like to check that out, it's in my about on my channel page. And yeah, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and this was Just Talking. Bye bye.